every now and then, SIG do something right. And in this case, it's the launch of the F7 Super Hornet Mark II. I've been waiting for this ship for a very, very long time. The Super Hornet Mark II is one of my favorite ships, and it encapsulates so perfectly the original design language that SIG got into this spectrum of Anvil ships that got me invested in the game in the first place. And with the new Heartseeker Valentine skin, it really is something special. So if you've got a loved one and you're thinking about something special for them, well, give this video a watch and maybe you'll see why I love the Super Hornet Mark II.
Target destroyed.
I guess to really appreciate the brand new Super Hornet Mark II, you kind of have to look at the original one. And right here it is. It's a boxy, cubic, old-fashioned ship which screams nostalgia and, of course, the Empire. This ship is what helped the Empire win countless fights against the Vandal and other alien races. It is a heavy-hitting, medium to heavy armored ship with good quantum fuel, great aerodynamics, though now improved, and, of course, an absolute plethora of weapon platforms. On the old version, you had turret mounts, you had wing mounts, and you also had nose mounts. That's 6 guns in total, with missiles to boot. But, really, what is the comparison between the old one and the new one? Because it's not just that boxy design, or the aerodynamics of the ship, or the fact that it has massive, massive air intakes compared to the new one. All of these things combined really are what differentiate the new one and the old one. If you look closely at the old one, you will see the original design language. Again, that square, boxy shape that everyone, including myself, fell in love with. And if you compare it to the new one with its smooth, sleeker lines, reminiscent of the F8 and newer Aegis ships, as well as, of course, the brand new F7A that we got access to last year, you can see that SIG are pushing in a slightly newer, more modern direction. And to scream this new modern direction, those aggressive hard edges have been done with. Whether that's a shame or not, I'll let you decide. And out of the two, the new one definitely has some benefits that simply just come with time. Just like the F7A and the F8, we get power creep, and power creep not just in weapons, but also in performance. We've got fantastic, new, much more improved aerodynamics. This ship can fly unlike the old one ever could. It does not drift or bounce or wobble. Even when flying sideways, it's just as fast as the old one in a straight line in atmosphere. And if you look at the top, especially if you got the Heartseeker skin like I did, because the upgrade is well worth it, you get a bespoke weapons platform like no other. Ballistics, baby. Nothing's really been taken away either, besides maybe some MFDs. You've still got missiles, even though they're now in the belly rather than on the throat. And I think, in fact, you get slightly more customization with this new loadout. Although the top-mounted gun on the Heartseeker variant is bespoke, it's well worth keeping. The side-mounted armaments are size 4 Gatlings by default. That's kind of crazy. And the nose mount as well, size 2, size 3s. This is ridiculous. The power creep in just sheer damage output is mad, and the fact that this thing patches more punch than my F8, well, I guess that's kind of why the second seat is there, or is it? Because now, SIG have allowed you to use the turret as a solo player. Gladiator when? And jokes aside, of course, because we all know the Gladiator isn't going to get turret control access at any time soon. This ship does come with an even better bonus, a third shield. A third shield is going to keep you alive in so many more combats than just sheer hull strength ever could. With more shield, you get more regen. With more shields, you absorb more damage. It's as simple as that. Basic PvP competitive upgrade if you're on a slightly older F7. If you've still got the F7A, however, I think that thing still packs the biggest punch. Whether or not a second co-pilot seat, however, is something you cherish, like I do, because picking up friends or the occasional medic escape evacuation scenario, it is quite important to have that second seat. And also, I do think there is a viable competitive aspect to having someone able to actually aim a gun separately from the nose of the ship. Now, if I have to be completely honest, there are some things I'm not a huge fan of, and that is, of course, the streamlined changes to the nose and the winglets and the air intakes. I do love the boxy design of the old one. And also, with the new design, you actually do lose out on a few things. I mentioned earlier those MFDs, and you've actually lost 2 MFDs in this new one compared to the old one. That's quite a big change in regards to information overload into your brain, which in combat is quite important. Now, like any good content creator or video maker or just streamer, YouTuber, whatever, I would like to make this video 10 minutes long. But as you can see, that hasn't happened, and you've got all the information you need to make the right decision, which is to go out and get this ship. I know, I don't really advocate for giving SIG money, and if you're going to give them real money to buy this ship, or at least if you have some money to spend, this is the ship to get. Obviously, if you have an F8C like I do and you aren't flying it, melt it. Get this ship, you'll get a lot more out of it. You don't have to worry about cargo because you couldn't carry any F8C anyway, and I guess that's one big bummer about this ship. It hasn't really got that new gold standard feeling, and I do think that's because a lot more changes are going to come to these single double-seater aircraft. Right, if you've liked this video and you like the Hornet Heartseeker, then please let me know in the comments down below. I really love the Super Hornet. That is my favorite variant of all the Hornets, and if you think there's a better one out there, like the Ghost perhaps, let me know why. Thank you guys very much for watching this video, and I hope the effort put into this one screams true. Thank you very much for calling me out in the last one, but then again, I am also really busy, and the game is a pain in the ass to play, let's be real. Love you guys so much, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.